The Heat would rest 6 veterans, but still shatter a preseason scoring record, taking on Anthony Davis and the Pelicans on a Wednesday night. Ian Clark pushing the ball, dumps it off to Julius Randle.
Julius Randle, I'm very excited to see what this young man does with new opportunity.
He had 23 points in this one. That was Josh Richardson, who had 25. But Derek Jones Jr. showing off his dunking skills here.
Does he do that? Is that what he does?
With the left.
Oh, that's what he does.
Bam Adebayo driving. He missed the layup, but there's Derek Jones Jr. yet again, the putback slam.
Yeah, some people have hopes and some people have hops.
At the buzzer to end the third, he had 26 points and 12 rebounds. Okay. Jonathan Isaac played just 27 games during his rookie season due to ankle and foot issues. Despite a sprained ankle last week, DZ, he did return for the Orlando Magic, hosting the Grizzlies in Orlando.
Yeah, good to see him back, and his running mate Gordon's off to a fast start with all his bouncing around, dunking, doing what he does best. So hope this young team can stay healthy as Mike Conley knocks down a jumper.
Then Omri Caspi to Conley for a couple of more. He did return for the Orlando Magic, hosting the Grizzlies in Orlando.
Yeah, good to see him back, and his running mate Gordon's off to a fast start with all his bouncing around, dunking, doing what he does best. So hope this young team can stay healthy as Mike Conley knocks down a jumper.
Then Omri Caspi to Conley for a couple of more.
Ooh, I like the headsy, as they said.
Gasol to Conley, this time for the teardrop. Conley had 24 points in this one.
Okay, Mike Conley, get healthy, had a good summer, new coach, new faces. Let's see if they can get grit and grind back.
DJ Augustine to Jonathan Isaac, who looks like the foot's feeling better.
Yes, sir, young fella, stretch out.
Isaac yet again. Well, speaking of stretching out, there's the corner three.
Hey, he has that in his repertoire, yes. Young fella has range.
He had 15 points in this one. There's 3 more. That would put the Magic up 68-52, and they go on to win it. And the Indiana Pacers conclude their preseason against the Chicago Bulls, a team that's still got 1 more to go. Zach LaVine, though, splitting the defense and the fast break layup here.
So smooth. Happy to see you healthy, young fella. Oh, yes. Yes, we know you dunk now. Oh, great feet work. Get behind that line. Leave that money ball.
Later in the first quarter, Jabari Parker pulling up for the jumper.
I like to see that.
Parker, yet again, this time for the buzzer-beating jumper.
Well, now we're marking it out, what they say, 6 to 8 weeks, so now Parker gets extra minutes.
That's right. Here's 3 more.
Shooting the ball with confidence.
He finished with 11 points. Chicago would lead the way 59-41 at the half. Chris Dunn with the steal here in the third, finding Bobby Portis on the fast break. He had 20 more.
Man, this young team is going to be very, very interesting. Can Dunn really be that point guard we think he can be and they get healthy? Oh, my goodness. That,
yet again, the slam dunk champion finished with 22 points and the Bulls win. And we've lost a member of the basketball family, as former coach Fred Tex Winter died Wednesday. Winter pioneered the triangle offense under Phil Jackson with the Bulls and the Lakers championship teams. The Bulls released this statement. Tex Winter was a basketball legend and perhaps the finest fundamental teacher in the history of our game. He was an innovator who had high standards for how basketball should be played and approached every day. Those of us who were lucky enough to play for him will always respect his devotion to the game of basketball. His contributions to the Bulls organization will always be remembered. Coach Winter was 96 years old. So the Blazers approach this matchup with the Suns at 1-2 on the preseason. Their only win coming against the Suns thus far, but no Damian Lillard, no C.J. McCollum, and DeAndre Ayton would take advantage.
Yeah, he went to work down low, stopping and popping. And so far, young fella is off to a good start with the touch.
9 points and 4 rebounds in 15 minutes in this one. How about Jake Layman? He had 18 points in the first quarter alone.
I think this is the year for Jake to break out. He's a great shooter, a great teammate, great locker room guy, so I'm thinking this could be his year.
Speaking of great shooters, there's Seth Curry.
Yeah,
He had
looks familiar.
7 points in this one. Layman for 3 more. He had 28.
Come on, Jake. We know you can shoot it. Could this be the year to get the confidence to get more playing time?
Not bad. The Blazers would win it. We've got more preseason games coming up on NBA TV Thursday. Jazz and Kings at 10 Eastern. Friday, Rockets and Grizz at 8 p.m. All of your highlights, all of your analysis is right here on Game Time on NBA TV. That's it.
Yeah, the real
We're wrapping
stuff's
this
coming.
thing up.
It's coming.
3D. I'm Kristen. We're out. All this week, the starters have been answering the 50 burning questions about the upcoming season. Thursday at 5:30 Eastern, they'll discuss the player with the most to prove this season. Kawhi, Markelle, Blake, Melo. Don't miss it on NBA TV. The highlights continue with the 6th year of the NBA Canada Series. Wednesday, the Brooklyn Nets took on the Toronto Raptors in Montreal, and Kawhi doing it all for Toronto, DZ.
Well, that's one of the things that Raptor fans are excited about. Yes, you lose Double D, who was right in the community, but Kawhi Leonard is proven, now healthy, put the ball on the floor, share a little bit, get to where everyone's on the floor, and can you finish? Yes, you can.
Inside and out, this time yet again off the screen, driving to the lane, finishing with the layup. That would cut their deficit at that point, but D'Angelo Russell in the second quarter gets the handoff, knocks down the 3.
Okay, is there ice water in your veins tonight, D-Lo? Huh?
Maybe chilling,
Hey, maybe
pun
chilling
intended.
tonight.
During the preseason.
Oh my
right?
goodness, young fella.
Jared Allen, the strong 2-hand dunk plus the foul. He'd make that free throw. The Nets would lead the way 59-56 at the half. Gary Payton receiving a Montreal Canadiens jersey.
GP, are you with me?
The Hall of Famer. Then Kawhi still making an impact in the second half.
The glove with the steal, but then he misses the dunk, and then he said, I'll clean it up for you.
Not bad, right? This time the layup plus the foul.
I heard a tweet.
Yeah,
Get
there
him
it
an
was.
extra one there. I heard a tweet. Get him an extra one. Oh, he's feeling good now.
But Anunoby's there for the slam. That would put the Raptors up 102-73. Now, the Raptors went on to beat the Nets 118-91. They scored 35 points in the third quarter alone. It was the first time this preseason that Kyle Lowry or Kawhi Leonard saw any second half action. Kyle, though, was thrown out in the third quarter. But how do you see Kawhi fitting in with this team?
First of all, Kyle, chill out a little bit. It's just preseason. Don't get thrown out of it. You and Steve Kerr the other night getting thrown out in preseason. Relax,
also
guys.
excited.
You know what I mean? Get excited.
Yeah.
Now, to your point, Kawhi, I think now so far he's shown us he's healthy. Now he's starting to get into his groove. He's starting to feel Coach Nick Nurse, who's a rookie head coach now, moving up. I like his demeanor in the situations he's putting Kawhi in it. Let's face it, he's taking a page out of the Spurs. A lot of pick and rolls, a few ISOs in the wing. That's where Kawhi has thrived the last few years in the Spurs system. So I take my hat off to Nick Nurse saying, you know what? I'm not going to mess myself up. Let me put Kawhi in those areas that he feels comfortable so he can thrive. Now he's scoring, getting to the free throw line, and now making his players better around him.
Certainly
Off to a great
seem
start.
to be thriving.
Yes.
I love that
Yes.
you've brought that word out during the preseason. And across the street, I mean literally across the street, at Georgia Tech, the Atlanta Hawks hosted the San Antonio Spurs. Now, DeMar DeRozan.
Yes, double D's what we
Yes.
call him. Mr. Mid-Range. Look at that. Mr. Mid-Range.
I'll let you call him that.
Yes, I call him double D.
A poster alert, though. Here, Alex
Oh!
Smith
Oh, Powell, yes.
throws it down over Pau Gasol.
Ooh. Yeah, your hips going to be hurting in the morning, but that poster look fine.
Rudy Gay, though, playing well for the Spurs. Double D driving it. See, I can't pull it off.
Yeah, you can pull it off. It sounds nice. Double D to Rudy Gay. Splash for 3. See, there you
That
go.
was the long 2, but
Long
this
2, excuse me.
time,
I'm sorry, long
the
2.
step back for 3.
Okay, there we
Finish
go.
with He finished with 22 points and 7 assists in this one. Check out Bob Rathbun's call.
Atlanta brings it up. Hawks don't have a timeout. 7-6, looking to win it here. Trae Young from the G at Georgia Tech. Good! Oh, my goodness!
From the G in Georgia Tech. So in the Hawks' 3-point win over the Spurs, the rookie dropped 22 in 31 minutes. Here's what he had to say after his game winner.
Straight 22 points, 7 assists, and some ice water. You had to know that was coming, right?
Yeah, I knew that was coming. Oh, man, that's cold.
It is cold, yeah. Take me through, how were you able to stay so active on offense all the way down to the end with the game on the line, knocking down a clutch 3? Just talk about your poise a little bit there.
Oh, I think it was, throughout the whole game, my teammates were making plays. Torian had a terrific first start to the game. Everybody made big plays, and that just opened up my shot. And, if they didn't make those plays, I wouldn't have been open. So that was I give all the credit to my teammates.
The Spurs were shooting lights out from 3 in that first half. Defensively, it seemed like you guys figured some things out in the second. What did you know?
Well, they're a terrific team. We know they're going to play from the, beginning to end. So we knew we had to come out here and play a full game. And so they got back in there by hitting those tough shots, and we just stuck to our game plan and finished it out.
Trey's going to receive a great deal of criticism his rookie season. What is the realistic expectation for him?
Well, to continue to play his game. Because right now, you have mixed feelings for him because everyone's expecting him to come in and shoot like he made that last shot tonight at the buzzer from the G, which as a shooter, I'm happy for him because I thought he's been pressing a little bit throughout the preseason. I was able to have a conversation with him before the game saying, hey, he's trying to figure out how to run the offense, get everyone involved. But then again, shoot. You have to shoot the basketball. That's what you do. So to see a big shot go down like this, one preseason game left, maybe this can get his shot going and maybe this game going, and he can be the Trae Young everybody wants him to be.
All right. Well, elsewhere in the Eastern Conference, the Pistons look to avoid a third loss in a row in the preseason, hosting the Wizards in Detroit. Bradley Beal, 3 off the screen here. He had 17 points in this one.
Well, Bradley Beal, you're off to a great start. We all know one thing about him. Stay healthy, the sky's the limit.
Andre Drummond with a handoff to Blake Griffin for 3. He had 16.
Yeah, 16. It's going to be interesting, Kristen, to see how now Blake and Drummond having training camp together. As Mr. Drummond gets an easy layup in his house.
17 points and 20 rebounds in
That's what
this
he
one.
does. Gobble, gobble, gobble.
John Wall, though, taking over this game, driving for the and-one layup. Then Markieff Morris with the steal.
Oh, cookies.
Wall will find Morris trailing, and the one-handed
Oh!
slam.
I think it's safe to say these guys are starting to get loose with one preseason game left. They're starting to get their mojo going.
Right.
Starting to pick it up the stars. With John Wall with 32 tonight, and a jump shot stopping and popping.
9 assists as well as the Wizards go on to win it. And it's easier and more fun than ever to play NBA Fantasy with weekly lineups and head-to-head matchups. Draft your favorite players, compete with friends, and get closer to the game. Play official NBA Fantasy at nba.com/playfantasy. And we're back with more game time and more preseason highlights, including Mike Conley in action for the Grizzlies. Don't go away.